Nigeria is facing critical food security challenge. From daily struggle of many families to unaffordable basic food items. Yet, the government says food prices are easing and backed by the National Bureau of Statistics. But beyond the announcements and data, what can ordinary Nigerians do to beat food insecurity? In this report, we unpacked the numbers, visit the market, and explore collective actions. Welcome to AgroBroadcast.com, your premium digital hub for agribusiness, news, insight, and innovations across Nigeria and Africa. I'm Nuhu, and this is AgroBroadcast Report. Amid this complex landscape, a critical question emerges: what is the long-term solution to Nigeria's food security? According to the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA, the answer requires a fundamental shift. The future of Nigeria's agricultural sector and its ability to feed its rapidly growing population hinges on a radical shift toward collaborative and demand-led breeding. A message delivered by Dr. Simeon, the Director General of IITA. He warned that survival demands immediate action, moving beyond past successes. This report investigates one of the most pivotal yet debated tools in this shift: genetically modified organisms, as popularly known as GMO crops. We went beyond the labs and the policy papers to the market and street, where the conversations about GMOs is already happening. Here's the reality behind the science. Ask the Deidei Market. The debate is not about complex science, but about availability and affordability. Comrade Okumbo Ascent, a grocery store owner, sees GMO crops as a direct contributor to curbing food insecurity.
Some people say because of the way it is created, it is not good for human consumption or whatever. But I tell you that my belief is that if not for GMO, hunger would have taken over the world, because GMO makes the food sustainable, make it abundant for everybody, for the reach of everyone. Because if we depend on our local or that organic farming that they are talking about, it cannot sustain, because some seeds yield so little, like rice and other stuff, even this watermelon and stuff like that. Locally they yield so little, but the advent of GMO has improved the yields of crops. But when you are looking at it, say, okay, it is bad to the system. Even in the local farming, for them to be able to farm enough, they have to use fertilizer and stuff like that.
At the tomato section, retailer Hassan Kudi Kankia makes a direct comparison, pointing to the stark difference between scarcity and plenty.
Every season and era belongs to Almighty God. Today we are in an era of modernization and civilization, which one can see it as a progress on one side and a cost to humans on the other side. For instance, in today's society, people tend to abandon the natural things that actually do great magic to our bodies and instead turn to GMO type of foods, which have a devastating effect on our general health and well-being. Regarding GMOs, we need to be convinced enough whether they are good for human consumption or not.
For consumer like Madam Antonia Obona, the choice is driven by simple economics and
everything that have
access.
advantage have disadvantage. All of us know that farm product is good, but it's taking they only harvest 1 or 2 times in a year. So if government help us now, that is why we get storage. Even some storage, people are still even adding some other chemical now to be able then to save some things, and the things will come out more, and they will not be able to save them, so they will have to eat them before the time, which will keep people go hungry. If government can help us and improve that, what is it called, the GMO, we will like it, so that the food can come many, so we will not go starve, and the little you have, you will have to eat. You have to be able to buy anything you want to buy in the market at affordable price, because there's more food.
Okay.
The GMO one will give us profit, because if you have plenty of it, we'll buy it low, we sell it low, and customer will be able to buy more of it if they can afford it. But the farm owner, they have to wait. If we don't have it, if the demand is higher than the supply, the price will go up and we make low sales.
But this shift towards biotechnology is not without its concerns. We spoke to citizens who urged for caution and clarity. Civil servant Emmanuel Odofidem acknowledges the potential but calls for vigilance.
Yes, just as you have regulatory agencies for other government projects, there should be regulations so that farmers or agriculturists or those in that area should not overshoot it in order to make more profits and so on.
This sentiment for a structured approach is echoed by lawyer Oluwakemishola Blessing, who emphasized the need for public understanding and legal frameworks.
Okay, so this is what I think. I feel like majority of the people who ask for the ban of GMO food rather are the ones that are not, basically their thinking is limited. Let me put it that way. They are not vast in their thinking. So they realize that, when they talk about GMO food, scientifically proven and everything, they feel like, it's bad. It basically adds more damage to our system and everything. But like the second aspect where you spoke about the GMO food being labeled, I feel like that's what should be done. If you are going to enter into a supermarket, it should be labeled, this is GMO proven and this is natural. It should be labeled that, like the difference should be stated. Well, yeah.
Yet, for many, the acceptance is rooted in faith and practicality. Businesswoman Nkirumeru Umbudi represent a growing voice of acceptance.
Those people, the GMOD, it is still God that created them. Now, doctors that we have, it is not God that created them. Now, when you are sick, you go to the doctors. Why not wait on God to heal you? So if we can go to hospital for doctors to treat us, then it doesn't matter if those things are being produced by GMOD. To me, it doesn't matter. If we can accept doctor's prescription and we take our drugs because it is doctor that prescribe it, why not take the GMOD food?
So what does the science say? We turn to a researcher, Nafisa Abdul Rashid, a plant scientist and breeder at the Department of Plant Science at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, to shed on what GM crops are.
GMO, or genetically modified organisms, are organisms, be it plant, animal, or any product that has been altered genetically from its original form in order to enhance that product to be better than it used to be. But first of all, I want to stand on this point that GMO, or genetical modification as a concept, is only employed when all traditional breeding method or traditional improvement methods have proved to no success or did not yield any success, or if it is yielding longer, or if the product is going to yield a longer time than expected, and the success cannot be predicted. So genetic modification is usually employed because it is precise, it is fast, and you can easily target the particular trait of interest and improve it within a short period of time.
She emphasized on the essence and safety of GM crops.
This genetical modification has gone through a lot of hazard tests. They are being tested for human consumption. That is basically the nutrient, the protein, the fats, to make sure that this particular plants still have the nutrients that humans need, and also test for any harmful materials that is or substances that it will contain. Also, probably they are also test for plethronic effect, which means could they have potential of changing and developing something dangerous. All these are being well taken care of. All these tests are well taken care of before these materials are released. Also, environmental impact. Environmental test. The soil is being tested. The soil is being tested. It is being tested as feed as animal before you can even feed it to animals. But also, is it also edible for animals? Is it not going to cause problems for them? Also, the soils are being tested and the fields are monitored throughout.
For now, the path forward for GMOs in Nigeria is being carved between market reality, public perception, and scientific assurance. The demand-led breeding called for by Dr. A is already happening as farmers and consumers vote with their naira. But until clear enlightenment campaigns and robust regulations work hand in hand with scientific innovation, the full potential of this tool for national food security will remain a promise, not yet a fully realized reality. So stay informed, stay inspired, and stay connected with Africa's growing agribusiness scene. Visit www.agrobroadcast.com for in-depth report and success stories. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at agrobroadcast.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn for updates on agricultural product, market, and innovation.